What's up, everybody? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, August 16th, 2018. I hope you're doing well. Going to do a little Bitcoin update. Going to start off with some news today, some tweets, and then we'll get into technical analysis, look at the chart. So if you're a replay viewer, you can go below probably a pinned comment with where technical analysis and charts and price and all that good stuff, where that starts. So I'm going to give it just a couple minutes to get some people in the chat before we start, and I'm also going to test my audio, so bear with me. So that's sounding good. Tech Lords, what's up? We have Jet, what is up? Jet Asuncion, Mexican Charlie Lee, Usag, what's up? Hey everybody. Hey, it's good to see some of you guys checking in Thursday evening, random, out of nowhere live stream. Yes, that is the Litecoin Summit page in the background. If you're not going to the Litecoin Summit, you should be. So go buy some tickets. Go pay with Litecoin. Go pay with USD. Look at all these people going to be there. Don't miss out. I mean, e-currency hodler, E is going to be there. For that reason alone, you should be going. But some really cool people. So please go get tickets for Litecoin Summit. Poseidon Lou says wrecked. Josh Wallace, what's up, man? How are you? Ed Bailey, howdy. No more resistance, says Robert Patrick. Eric in the house. Eric, I'm sure you're the Eric. I'm about to go over your post that you did earlier. I love that post. That's such a good question. I like stuff like that. Thornton Plumbing, hey man, how are you? Litecoin. Stephen Herzog, looking forward to Saturday. Me as well. I am. It's going to be cool meeting you, Stephen, and a few other of you guys. Dan, ever going to do any seminars? Very educational. Not only crypto, just general TA stuff. Never thought about it, Boris. I feel like these videos that I do are kind of like seminars, but maybe you mean more like learning the technical analysis aspect of what I'm doing. We have Rob in the house. What's up, man? So Lee said $20 Litecoin expected, says John. So yeah, I have obviously on the background Litecoin Summit. Just trying to shill it a little bit, trying to pump it a little bit, trying to get some of you guys to go. Just because I really would like to meet as many of you as I possibly can. I think it'll be a fun time. Actually, you know what? I know it's going to be a fun time. I can't wait to see all the people I do know are going, let alone any of you that do eventually go. So it's going to be fun. Even if Litecoin is even further down in price, it's going to be fun. So litecoinsummit.org, go get your tickets. Go get your tickets. So I'm going to start off this live stream. I just want to go over an article that I came across, I found interesting. Want to go over a couple tweets, and then we'll jump into technical analysis. But it's Thursday night. I'm always feeling the live stream on the Thursday night. So I feel like I had to do it. Sarah just went out for a little, and maybe she's even out there watching. Maybe she's playing this live stream in her car. So what's up, Sarah, if you're watching, my beautiful wife. If Litecoin goes to 20, I will buy 100 of it, says Jet Asuncion. So let's start with this article. Here we go. Bitcoin Price Watch. This was on, I don't even know this website, nulltx.com. So Bitcoin Price Watch, currency slinks back a bit following Coinbase CEO warning. Bitcoin is likely scaling back a bit following some harsh comments, and I highlighted in red harsh because I think that's a little bit dramatic. Harsh comments from Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. As the head of one of the largest and most trusted digital currency exchanges across the globe, Armstrong says it will probably be a long time before mass adoption of cryptocurrency occurs. I don't think that's harsh. I think that's honest truth, honest opinion. I somewhat agree with what he's saying there. He said, I think it will be quite some time before you cross the street to Starbucks in the US and pay with crypto, he comments. I mean, I think most of us agree with that, right? His words are shocking, again, overly dramatic, in the sense that the Intercontinental Exchange recently announced it was working with several large companies to bring back to life. The new platform will be introduced in November with the goal of assisting retailers and large-scale companies in buying, selling, and trading digital currencies. So it continues, and here's a longer quote by Brian. The technology is going through a series of bubbles and corrections. And each time it does that, it's a new plateau. People's expectations are all over the map, but real world adoption has been going up. Truth. They rightly want to protect consumers though, and there are going to be some countries in the world, just like the internet, where Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are restricted. That's true as well. But I think he's just speaking truth. He says, I'm bullish on countries that are going through economic crisis. Over the next 3 to 5 years, where everyone has the internet and a smartphone, you could see people adopting Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as an alternative. So, like I said, a little harsh, you know, using the word shocking and the word harsh. It's a little bit over dramatic, I'm sorry. And, I think it's true, and I think we should accept that reality that it might be some time for crypto adoption and crypto actually, walking across the street and buy a piece of pizza because they accept Bitcoin, Litecoin. And I think we all need to be patient, and we need to ride these waves, right? So wanted to point that out. I thought it was interesting. Dude. Oh my goodness, dude. Come on. I gotta take it a walk. OT. What the heck are you doing? OT23, man. That's like 2 Litecoin. That's like 2 Litecoin. Wow, OT23. We all need support in this bear market. And then he puts a little bear emoji. That's too much, dude. Oh man, I wish I had your Litecoin address. Wow, man. I appreciate that. $99 super chat. You're amazing, man. Thank you. OT23. But you could go buy some Litecoin. You could go buy 2 Litecoin. Soon you can buy 4 Litecoin with $99. I'm just kidding. Don't quote me on that. OT23. I appreciate that support. I do. Thank you so much. Man, I'm grateful for that. You guys that do these super chats, I know you're just showing your support, showing your love, and it means a lot to me. It does. Wow, that's crazy. So thanks, OT23. So that's really the article I wanted to go over. I think Brian, he does a really good job of just speaking his honest truth and putting some things into perspective that we need to have in perspective. So completely agree with him. Joseph Vojtek. Dan calls $25 Litecoin. You heard it here. Oh man, I shouldn't have said that. Well, I actually in the video today talked about a $25 Litecoin in today's Litecoin technical analysis, and Steve McLumphy he's in here in his first live episode. That's awesome. Welcome, Steve. How's it going, man? I still can't get over OT23. You're a nut. Oh man, OT23. So I did a tweet. I don't know why this keeps showing my thumbnail when I switch screens. I did a tweet earlier. So this was from our social network, our launchpad that we have at cryptocapitalventure.io. And because of you guys actually sending these super chats, I began brainstorming and saying, what can I start working on to put back into like Crypto Capital Venture to make it fun for everybody and like start putting back what you guys are giving me. And this is kind of, this is something that was born. It's the cryptocapitalventure.io launchpad social network type of deal. And I want to continue building it out, have an iOS and Android app. That's going to take a little bit of time, but I have been in touch with developers in terms of doing that. So I think that'll be really cool for all of us to hang out, have an app going. But this was posted in that social network on the launchpad by Eric, and you might have seen I talked about it in a video earlier, and I just said I quoted him. I snapshot the screen what Eric said, and he said, let's say the government is willing to pay you $300,000 for Bitcoin and Litecoin $7,400. Would you sell today? Only condition, you can never ever return to crypto. I just love that Eric's just sitting there somewhere, right? Maybe driving, and he had this thought. And it's kind of the way I think too, like these scenarios, these crazy scenarios. And I thought it was a great question. So we have Daddy Cool 1991 says, that's a good question. Bravo. Some would take it and never look back. And then he says, not me. So we see David Schwartz, the man, would not accept that offer. John Moore He would not accept that offer either. He'd be hodling. We have Ryan says he would. And it is a really interesting question. I wouldn't sit here. I'm not going to sit here on camera and say that I definitely wouldn't take it. I mean, and to tell you why is basically because of this. I tweeted this back in May. I said, save this tweet. Litecoin and Bitcoin will get me my next house. And so if I did sell at those prices, this tweet will hold true, and much, much more for the future of my life and my wife and my family. So this would be something I'd have to contemplate deeply, but I'm not going to sit here and act like, hey, no way, I'm in, you know, I'm so committed, you know, I can't do it. I just can't. I would think about it. But right now, yes, based on Ross's reply, this is all I could afford is a birdhouse with my Litecoin right now. That's how low Litecoin is. I'm just kidding. But no, I think it's a good question, and it's something I would personally have to think about. I don't know. I can't answer as convicted as Daddy Cool David does and John. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'd be tempted. I would be tempted to sell. I'm sorry. I hope I don't lose subscribers because of that. We have Poseidon Lou, dude. Poseidon Lou with a $50 super chat. This guy, I don't even know where to start with Poseidon Lou, man. But Poseidon Lou, pound and OT 23, giving him a pound with a $50 super chat. You guys are awesome, man. Poseidon Lou, it's coming. The time is coming. I'm gonna be meeting you soon, dude. Just about a month, less than a month. I will be shaking your hand and giving you a whole bunch of Red Bull. That's for sure. OT23, are you going to the Litecoin Summit? Actually, I'm curious. I don't know if I asked you that before, but I'm curious now. Appreciate those super chats, guys. You guys are ridiculous. Tech Lords, appreciate that. Dude, come on. Oh man, what am I supposed to do with these guys? Yo, you guys are nuts. I'm gonna go on Amazon right now and order. I'm just gonna order cases and cases and cases of Red Bull for Lou. Dude, Lou, neck and neck with OT23 right now with super chats. You guys are awesome. Wow. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do with that. That is like 4 Litecoin right there. Or in a month, that is like 20 Litecoin. I'm totally just kidding, everybody. That's my sarcasm coming out. I totally don't believe that. Don't quote me on that, please. KCEP says, Dan, you should start a charity with all the Litecoin people send you, and I couldn't agree more, man. I was talking to Sarah about this, and I've been sitting down within the last week trying to, I'm looking into some people. I'm not going to get into details right now about something I'm passionate about, and I think it'll be really awesome, and that is something I'm definitely starting to think about. You know, with or without the super chats. I mean, the super chats is like this cherry on top. Like, you guys that are out there sending me those super chats, and it really just, like I always say, puts a pep in my step. It's encouraging. It gives me some energy in terms of like creating. It definitely gives me a boost of motivation and encouragement to see that like some of you guys, and you know, most of you guys are so supportive. And then we have the one little hater that comes in every once in a while in the comments, but it's all good. But I truly just appreciate all of you right now. I do. So, yes. So, Poseidon Lou, man, you just completely threw me off course with the live stream. This always happens. So here's the question. You know, I talked about it, and like I said, I don't know what I would do. But I admire David, I admire John, and everybody else in here that said that they would definitely not take it. But we have some people that said they'll take it, right? We have Tank618 said they'll take it. What was the actual question? So, would you sell? Yeah, so Crypto K says no. She wouldn't. Crypto Wild says no. Man, I'm a sellout. What can I say? I'm a sellout. I'm a sellout. What, dude? Gosh, man, you guys. I need a drink of water. I need a drink of water. Wow. You guys are nuts, dude. Poseidon Lou. OT23. Does anybody know if OT23 said they're gonna be at the Litecoin Summit or not? I need to know. You guys are awesome. OT23 is the man, Walter. I agree. Ay, ay, ay. What am I supposed to do with that? Well, we just talked about it, right? We're going to do some good things on this channel. I promise each and every one of you. And what's awesome is we have Sarah. We have Sarah in the background who is, I mean, her heart is huge. And she's going to be helping me with ideas on how we can spread the love and actually give back in terms of contributing something to this world. So, man, I appreciate that, OT23, Poseidon Lou. You guys are crazy. There's nothing more to say other than thank you and you're crazy. So, dude, I'm leaving. I'm shutting down the live stream. Oh my goodness. Replay viewers are going to be like, what is this nonsense? Dude, man. Guys, I'm trying to get through this live stream and I don't know what to do. This is tough. Wow. What will Sarah say? That's what I want to know. It's time to start brainstorming. We got to start making moves. I can't accept these super chats. Like, I can't accept what you guys are doing right now without doing something, you know, even more. We got to do some big things with this channel. The more and more of you that are out there that do these super chats, like, you make me want to grow this channel in so many different ways, so much quicker. You guys are ridiculous. Eric says, upgrade your reservations at Summit. Poseidon Lou, OT23. I appreciate both of you guys, man. Thank you. Poseidon Lou said, OT wins. Laugh out loud. What the heck, dude? So on to the next. There's the house that if Litecoin goes to $7,400, hopefully that's not the house that I would get, but I'm so thrown off right now. So I wanted to, before I got into Bitcoin technical analysis, you guys are awesome. I wanted just to throw this tweet out there. I thought right before I did the live stream, I came across, I follow Adam Draper from Boost VC. He's a founder of Boost, which is basically, you know, VC accelerator, definitely a pioneer in the cryptocurrency space, but he posted this post and he said, bear market beard. And I guess he's growing a beard, and I said, great idea. Don't shave until the bulls return, and we're $20,000 plus for Bitcoin. And first of all, I just thought it was funny. I thought his post was funny, but I also thought it would be actually pretty hilarious if like this thing started where people just, and maybe it already is out there, I don't know, but people just don't shave until the bulls return, until it's like a bull market, and until Bitcoin gets to a certain price. Has that ever happened in cryptocurrency? Because maybe Adam Draper just started something really cool, or maybe it's something that already exists and I just don't know about it. But I thought it was funny, and I also just wanted to, I put a link for Adam's channel below, not channel, but his Twitter. Go follow him. Really good content, smart guy, cool guy, and pioneer in the space, like I said. So go follow Adam. So now we can pull up the charts. Tup says, yes, managed to catch the live show. Hey Dan and the locals, wow, super chat contest going on. Yeah, there's definitely a super chat contest right now. And it's nuts. I don't know what to do with either one of these guys, Tups. I really don't. I really don't. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Walter says, Dan, are your fellow YouTubers jealous of your super chat? No, man. I don't even think, I never even thought about that. I don't think so, man. Bearbeard Till Bulls, said Nick. We got Seth Shepard, a long-time viewer of Crypto Capital Venture. What's up, Seth? How's it going, man? Appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all you guys. So here, I wanted to go over a couple things. Obviously, we're gonna go over mainly on the Bitcoin daily charts, but you know me, I always like to start on the weekly just to get that overview, just to get that long-term overview of where we are in Bitcoin. Just a continued uptrend. Obviously, we had this consolidation, don't need to tell you, and then obviously we are tracking this possible inverse head and shoulders right now on Bitcoin for a possible breakout. So there are a couple things though on the daily chart that I do want to talk about that I think are important. And really it's mainly the resistance of Bitcoin, right? A lot of people are, and I see it, a lot of people are thinking that this is the bottom, and from here we go up. And I'm more along the lines of, if it were the bottom here, I think we would trade sideways for a while, and then go up, after a good amount of time trading sideways. But I'm not so sure it really is the bottom just yet. And there's a certain area where I'll be more sure, right? Where I'll have more confidence in the markets, and that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. So, we have this neckline, which is the neckline of that inverse head and shoulders that we've been tracking for like a couple weeks now, right? So I think the last week of July. So there's that inverse head and shoulders from the weekly, and here it is on the daily. Possible shoulder, right shoulder in play. And this, if we make this run up to the neckline, this is the area of resistance. And we're going to talk about why it's the area of resistance. It goes further than just being the neckline, and that's what I want to talk about. So there's a good amount of resistant confluence happening in that area. So besides the neckline, we have a couple things going on. So let's start with this. One thing is true: if we find resistance at this neckline, right, and in this area right here, we're going to have a new lower high on Bitcoin. It's the same type of deal that happened with this lower high that we got, and that we started talking about when we were right here. We started talking about possible lower high on the next run. It happened, it formed, and now we're back down from that lower high. So we're in the same exact boat as we were back in mid-July, and now it's mid-August, right? And we're talking about the same exact thing, a new lower high, possibly, if we don't get a break. So we have resistance at the neckline, and the other thing that I want to just use for context here is we can use the Fibonacci. So we have the channel of the 618 to 786 resistance area that we talk about often, right? And so that channel is right here, 618, 786, right about where that neckline is, right below the neckline. So it would be a very good area, and we can pinpoint a price target, right around 7,600 based off of that Fibonacci right there in that channel. So $7,600 Fibonacci resistance, we can call it, right? Which would be right around there. And we have some confluence with the 200 EMA right there as well. And then furthermore, we have this area, which we can use. It's not really, it's not really a technical analysis data point. It's just more of a trend type of data point that I noticed in my own mind that I wanted to point out because it's just the way my mind works. But you see each lower high that we've gotten from here to here, this lower high to this lower high, 14% down. From this lower high to this lower high, 14% down. So assuming, just say that's stuck and we got another 14% down to the next lower high, that brings us right around $7,200. So that $7,200 area to the neckline is, I think, a nice target of where we can look for resistance, because there's so much happening in that area. We have the 200 EMA, we have the top of this neckline, we have that 618 to 786 channel of resistance, and we have this 14% from the previous lower high, right? So there's like a ton of things going on right now. And for me, and I'll get this triangle, I think it is, let me try and find this triangle. So we'll get the triangle, right, from I guess where we are now to this line. And there it is. I mean, there's that triangle right there that we have on the screen is the resistance area for Bitcoin that I am personally watching for many reasons that we just talked about. The fib channel, the next target of lower high based on this 14% trend that we have, and then obviously we have this neckline and the 200 EMA. There's 4 things happening in that area. If Bitcoin breaks those things, right? If Bitcoin breaks the 50 EMA first, right? We talked about that's like the first thing that needs to happen. We talked about that the other day in a video. If Bitcoin breaks that, then breaks through the $7,200, through the 200 EMA, and through the neckline, if it breaks through all of that, this triangle, and actually breaks out of that upper trend line and breaks this previous lower high, that's probably when you'll see me start, talking about possibly the bottom. But until that happens, and I said the last time, back here, I said the same thing. Unless we break this previous lower high, we're still in a downtrend, right? It's just going to be another lower high. But if we break this previous lower high, then we can start talking about, okay, let's see if this neckline holds as support, right, as opposed to resistance, and let's see if we get a bounce off of it for support. And that would truly be a confirmed reverse head and shoulders on the weekly chart. And we can go to the weekly and look at that. That would be that confirmed reverse head and shoulders breaking that previous lower high, and that can be really a good sign of Bitcoin bottom. But until that happens, we just have to watch out for resistance. If it comes from that resistance area, right now we are we're around 13% away from that resistance area right now. So will that happen, overnight? Possibly. We can get like a 10-15% green day that leads us into a nice little uptrend, and we might enter into those waters of resistance. The question is Bitcoin strong enough? Is it going to see the volume that it needs to see? Is it going to see the bulls actually step in and do what they need to do to get us above that area? I just don't know. So be prepared for area of resistance there. And then on the downside, I basically have a $5,500 lower low target, and that's basically simply based off of a couple things. We can have our, that's not the right line. We can get a trend line, really, and I'll do it really quick, nothing crazy. But we can get a trend line, right, of this area at the bottom, a bottom trend line, and we can really visit that whole 50 EMA overextension from the 50 EMA and really kind of see what's going on. So right now where the 50 EMA is, and if you go into that, again, 20-25% area overextended from the 50 EMA, which Bitcoin does do often before getting a pullback up, that would leave us right around $5,500, if not a little lower than $5,500. So let's see, what would $5,500 would be around 20%. 25% would be around $5,100. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on the downside, a possible lower low, and that could happen in many different ways. We could just, we've been trading sideways for a few days now. We can start going down and we can drop, right? And what would a drop like that look like right now? A drop like that would look like a 15%, downtrend from where we are to get us truly overextended from the 50 EMA. It could also look like, this, where we have a bounce up to the 50 or even to this resistance area. We get this lower high, and then we come back down, and then we test these areas, right? $5,500 to $5,000 for a lower low. It could look like that. But that's kind of that area that I'm expecting on the downside, or at least anticipating. I don't like using the word expect. That's that area I'm anticipating and being prepared for on the downside, because again, every lower low we get is just an area where you can accumulate based on your risk tolerance, based on how much fiat you have available, based on what you're comfortable with. It's just another area of accumulation. So would I say that accumulating here was terrible idea at $8,100? No, but on the short term, you're definitely not doing yourself any good in terms of your mental state and your mental health, because you know buying these swing highs in the long term is fine. If you believe like Bitcoin's going to be $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $50,000, right, in the next couple of years, buying at these areas is fine. But in the short term, if you're watching this every day, buying in these areas is not fine. But buying these dips, way more healthy for your state of mind, way more healthy for your mental aspect. And that's why I do these technical analysis videos. That's really why I do technical analysis, is for myself. Because honestly, to me, long term, it doesn't make a difference whether I'm buying up here, buying down here. But what I like is I like to buy these lower lows. I like to buy dips. And I always talk about that, because when you buy dips, you get the comfort of knowing, okay, I had a really good entry point, and you know what? After it bounces off this lower low, right? If I wanted, not saying I would, but I could see 40% gains probably, because this market's nuts. I could see 40% gains off of that lower low in a matter of like weeks, if not days, right? That's the world that we live in with crypto. So I think it's a powerful thing, even in the short term, to buy the dips, because you have this mental confidence about your portfolio. And I think it's an extremely important thing when you're investing in cryptocurrency, when you're investing in real estate. You want to have leverage. You want to have the power over the situation. You want to have control over the situation. You don't want to feel like it controlled you. And that's what happens when people FOMO, right? When people buy these runs and they buy the top, they FOMO. And then they are so disappointed with themselves. It's such an emotional, mental thing. They might not need to sell, but they sell on the way down, right? Because they think it's going to go down further, and then they sell at the bottom, and then it bounces back up. And that's how people get entangled in this web of FOMO and FUD, when all you have to do is just be patient and anticipate downside. Downside is okay. Fear is okay. Bitcoin going down is okay if you're long in these markets. That's where the money's made. So if we can be patient and we can wait for these dips, then I think it's game on. Then I think everybody can make money, if not even in the short term, for 40% gains within a week. I mean, we can see this last lower low, right? And we were June, like the end of June, to that previous lower high, 42% gains. Right? In a month, 42% gains. And then we called the dip, like literally at $8,100, we talked about coming back down. So the opportunity is there for trading if you want to do it. I would never give advice or give calls about when to trade, when to exit and enter, but the opportunity is there if you're buying dips. That's just how it works. And you can zoom out on the charts on the daily, and you can see every dip. You can see all these opportunities if you were patient and you waited for these massive downturns, right? Massive downturn, massive downturn, massive downturn, massive downturn. And you're just buying the dips. I mean, so many people are doing that and they're trading because they're not long, they're just making money, and then they're selling at 40%, 30% gains. So that's just the way the market moves. It really hasn't changed much. I know we feel like we're crazy down because we are, right, since December or January. However, again, if you just kind of zoom out on the charts, it's just a healthy consolidation market right now. And yes, a lot of people probably are losing money, but they don't have to. In terms of how Bitcoin moves, we're consolidating, and we're getting to an area of squeezed consolidation and good accumulation area. So we can definitely go lower, and time will tell, but we will see. So that's my technical analysis, which I definitely have to do. I have to put a timestamp because we had some things happen on this live stream before we got it even into the technical analysis. So I'm gonna stop by the chat and see what everybody's saying. Let how messy the chart gets. Look how messy this chart gets after we do some technical analysis. That's insane. So let me zoom out here. And I need to put that air conditioner on. So, Synergy Tech says, when there's blood in the street, buy, even when the blood is your own. Singleton, you player, did you ride that? By the way, I think I glanced, I saw some people commenting on the shirt. My amazing, awesome father-in-law actually got this shirt for me because he's awesome. And he knows my style. I just love this shirt. I was just telling Sarah, it's like my new favorite shirt, especially because fall's coming and I love long sleeve t-shirts. So, Mexican Charlie Lee, he just said, I need that NASA shirt. Skilled Bad Habit, I appreciate the TA, Dan. I appreciate you coming by and watching, man, on this Thursday night. I know it was like out of nowhere. I didn't even tweet about this live stream. I just kind of did it. Chart Guys is in the hizzy. Chart Guys. Chart Guys, they're not in this chat, are they? I like Chart Guys. I do. Dan Best says, nice TA work, Dan. I appreciate that, Dan. And I think you have an awesome name, by the way. You guys are awesome. That's crazy. A lot of you like this shirt. That is pretty cool. It really is a slick shirt. Thanks, Papa. Papa Ernie. It's my father-in-law. So yeah, anybody that's here new on this live stream tonight. Oh, Steven Herzog just said, John Kim stopped by, said he's with Rebecca now in Pittsburgh. Not sure he's still here. I didn't even see John Kim in the chat. Steven, do you know, is John going to be there on Saturday? I'm hoping he's going to be there on Saturday. No Noise Research says, do you trade stuff besides crypto, Dan? I don't. I used to, but I don't trade anything other than cryptocurrencies. And I do trade cryptocurrencies. I don't document that on this channel, but I definitely do TA for Bitcoin and Litecoin mainly, because those are the two I'm really long on. So cool. Steven says John will be there. So I'm definitely going to be live streaming a little bit to anybody that's on this live stream. We have, I guess we're calling it, the Litecoin East Coast team, a bunch of really cool people supporting John and his tour, and John's ending up here on the East Coast. So a bunch of us are meeting together and meeting on Saturday. So I'm gonna definitely live stream that. So follow on Twitter for maybe a possible time, but I'm guessing it'll be Saturday afternoon sometime. You'll see some people that you see in these comments. John Moore, I believe, will be there. Steven Herzog will be there. John Kim will be there. And who else? Boiling Point will be there. So, and if I'm forgetting anybody, don't mind me. So yeah, appreciate everybody coming by. You super chatters are nuts. And I want to take this little quick 1 or 2 poll. So a press 1, press 2 poll, which is to say right now Bitcoin trading at 6,366. My question for all of you is this: press 1 if you think, based on my extremely messy chart, press 1 if you think we will see a new lower low down here in the $5,000 to $5,500 area. Press 1 for a new lower low. Press 2 if you think we're going to break through this resistance and we're going to climb out of this bear market that we've been in. Press 1 for new lower low. Press 2 because you're bullish and you think we're going to the moon by the end of 2018. Giving it a little bit of time. I want to see these answers come in. So we have, I would say, thus far, way more 1s. We have way more 1s than 2s. There's so much in between those two scenarios. But I totally agree with that. Look at all these 1s. There's, Tech Lords. I saw Tech Lords fly by. He was a 2. I know Tech Lords is definitely bullish. Hate to admit it, but 1, says Vesper Holes. Wow, we have a ton more 1s than 2s right now. And I think it's probably just because it's consistent with the momentum of the market, right? Like, we've been going down. Why, if you could guess what's going to happen next. You would say that pattern is going to hold true until it just stops one day. And the question is, will that stop soon or not? One thing that's interesting is look at Jim Flanagan with the $20 super chat. Look at this guy, because he's bullish. That's a $20 bullish super chat. Jim Flanagan, I appreciate that, man. Jim Flanagan, thank you. And everybody now knows Jim Flanagan is a 2. Jim Flanagan is bullish. I appreciate it. Rob says, give Dan's video a thumbs up. I love that. Please do. Please kill that. Please smash, as everybody on YouTube says, smash that like button. I need a thesaurus, a better word for smash. I don't want to steal from everybody else's like button phrasing. So the stock RSI really does, obviously stock RSI has us cruising up a little bit, right, on the daily chart. So I'm really curious to see what kind of resistance we do find if we continue this uptrend into that resistance area. Man, you can't even see my chart, but this resistance triangle, really curious to see what resistance we find and a possible bounce off the upper end of the stock RSI if we approach those areas. So could be overbought in that area and we can't get a bounce down if that happens. And then we might get that lower low for all those people that pressed 1. I'm very curious to see what happens. I like Dan Best. Hammer the likes. I like it. I like it. Steven Herzog, I believe it will go lower for another couple weeks and right after summit, back up. Could happen. It could happen. And then the other thing to look at is the RSI. I don't have this on my chart because I cleared my chart, but we know this 40 line is something I pay close attention to. So even on the very short term, we have this 40 line on the RSI. Curious to see if we can get above that and see some support there. If we see support at the 40 and not resistance at this point, could be the first step in possible momentum up to approach that upper trend line. Toxic Crypto says, recreate the NASA shirt with some crypto things put on your store. That's not a bad idea. I don't think I can steal NASA's design though, can I? Maybe, I don't know. So, wow, I can't believe I didn't expect so many people to press 1 when I asked that. I really didn't. That's a messy chart. I'm gonna screencast this, or I'm gonna screen capture this and tweet this a little bit later. So everybody, I think we're good to go. I think we covered everything that I wanted to cover. I'll end it here. Litecoin Summit, if you weren't on the beginning of this live stream, I pumped it a little bit, I shilled it a little bit. If you're in California, if you're in the area, even if you're not and you can make it, you can come in. Please go. I would absolutely love to meet any of you out there that have been watching this channel and could make it to the Litecoin Summit. It would be so fun just to shake your hand, have a chat with you all, maybe get you on a live stream as I live stream, and it's just going to be a good time. So please get your tickets if possible, and check that out. We have John Kim in the house. John Kim says hola. John Kim says, good job with Gemini. I appreciate that, John. David Schwartz, he was very gracious. He gave me a shout out a little bit earlier, and I retweeted it. I don't even know if it's on my thing. Yeah, here it is. It was definitely a team collaboration. So I appreciate David doing that, but David, I really passed the baton off to him and he made it happen, but he tweeted, many of you don't know this, Crypto Recruiter introduced Gemini to us in regards to the summit and getting them on board. I'm very appreciative of that teamwork effort. Well, I'm appreciative of David, who took the baton and he closed it. I mean, he made it happen, right? And if you don't even know what I'm talking about, Litecoin Foundation tweeted a little bit ago. Litecoin Foundation tweeted, thrilled to announce Gemini as a platinum sponsor for Litecoin Summit. VP of Engineering will be joining us as a speaker as well. I spoke with Eric. Probably a month and a half ago, And he's a really cool dude, and he actually mentioned this to me, and looking forward to meeting him and many of you that will be going to the Litecoin Summit. So John Kim, I'm gonna see you in 2 days, my friend. Looking forward to it, man. So hopefully a lot of you guys that are in this live stream right now will be able to make a live stream on Saturday afternoon when we're kind of hanging out, and we'll definitely check in to say hi. I'll be with John Kim and the rest of the guys, and it's going to be really sweet. So that's it. That's all I got for today. Time for me to go hang out with Sarah and call it a night. And I appreciate all of you, the super chatters, Poseidon, OT23. I don't even know, man. I just don't even get it. I don't know what to say. OT23, Poseidon Lou, and Jim Flanagan. You guys rocked my world tonight, man. I appreciate it. I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for all of you that just kind of are commenting, and anybody that hammered that like button. I appreciate that. But yeah, let's just all hang in there throughout this crazy crypto roller coaster. Obviously, as I always say, be prepared for anything. Hopefully, if we do see further dips, we all have fiat to further accumulate for the long term. That's not financial advice, that's just my opinion. But I think we're good. I think the space is more healthy than ever, the technology more healthy than ever. We have some builders and shakers making moves, some brilliant minds changing the game, changing the world. And the adoption will come, like we talked about, like Brian Armstrong talked about, but it might take time, and we'll all be here hustling through it. And I appreciate all your support for this channel and kind of just hanging out with me through all this crazy volatility. So anyway, Thursday night, I hope you guys have an awesome Thursday night. Of course, I will see you tomorrow in another video, and until then, I really appreciate all of you. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Have an awesome night, and God bless.